We all have a great story to tell.
Ronaldo. Oh, genius! Absolute genius!
Cristiano Ronaldo's latest mission isn't winning the World Cup or another Ballon d'Or, it's pulling off an impossible achievement.
Soon I will do it 900, and after I will beat 1,000.
Ronaldo isn't hiding it anymore. He's hell-bent on getting to 1,000 career goals, and knowing Ronaldo, he'd do anything it takes to get there. Cristiano Ronaldo is the biggest example of a dedicated athlete the world has ever seen. His transformation from a kid with talent to reaching the biggest heights in the game is insane. But achieving this feat alone isn't going to cut it for Ronaldo. He wants more, like he's always done all through his career. At the start, Ronaldo wasn't really about the goals. Heck, he was far from it. Instead, he played prime Barclays football, the kind you wanted to tune into every weekend as a kid growing up, because you knew he was going to put the fullback he was going up against in splits. Ronaldo's evolution started at Manchester United. The club bought him from Sporting Lisbon in 2003 after he'd impressed in pre-season versus the club. He performed so good, Sir Alex Ferguson famously said there was no way United was leaving without getting Cristiano on an agreement to sign with the club. And after that, the rest was history. So where did it all change for Ronaldo? And how'd he go from skills and tricks to complete goals? When Ronaldo first arrived at Manchester United, he usually played on the right hand or right wing of a 4-5-1 setup. And amongst other things, such as dribbling and tracking back to help the fullbacks, Ronaldo's main job was to provide the assists for United's main man up top, Ruud van Nistelrooy. The role seemed perfect for Ronaldo because he had everything: the skills down the flanks, the speed, and he could come in on either foot and send a cross. But you see guys, at that period, Ronaldo was, as his former teammate Rio Ferdinand likes to put it, a showman. He preferred the fancy tricks and dribbles instead of goals. And it was frustrating for his teammates too, because they knew if they could get him to improve on that aspect, he'd make the team a whole lot stronger. We all saw his huge potential. When he came here, his first thought was to entertain. We wanted to win. We knew that if he had an end product, we had a far better chance of being successful. For want of a better word, we were kicking it out of him, the entertainment factor, to get goals and assists. Seems they were right too. It's hard to imagine it now, but the Cristiano Ronaldo, who's known for scoring goals at enormous rates, only managed 6 Premier League goals all season. In fact, in his first 95 games for United, Ronaldo scored 18 times, just proving the point that he preferred to be a showman rather than a direct attacker. However guys, 2 incidents occurred that marked a change in Ronaldo's game and took him from showman to certified bagsman. The 2006 World Cup was full of mixed emotions for Ronaldo, and for different reasons too. On one hand, he'd been part of a Portugal team that repeated their joint highest finish at the World Cup after finishing 4th. But on the other hand, he'd made himself public enemy number 1 in Manchester. Ronaldo's attempt to get Wayne Rooney sent off at the World Cup was seen as deliberate. And in return, a large section of the English fans, including Manchester United fans, started hating on him. At this point, it was all strange for Ronaldo. This was the first time he'd have that many people coming at him from different angles. And part of the things they used in attacking was his physique and lack of goals. They called him names like showboater to get into his head. And let's just say it did. Ronaldo's reaction? He hit the gym hard. By the start of the 2006-07 season, Ronaldo had bulked up, and as fortune had it, he was about to get a new role in the team as well. In the previous transfer window, United had sold Ruud van Nistelrooy to Real Madrid. The guy Ronaldo was supposed to be delivering the crosses and assists to. Sir Alex changed the setup as well. Instead of a 4-5-1, the team now operated in a 4-4-2 setup. But the idea behind this was to have dynamic attacking players who could easily interchange and switch play at any given moment. United, at that point, had failed to win the Premier League in the last 2 seasons. Chelsea had done it back to back. The new change in the system brought a fresh release to the players, and didn't get any more evident than in Cristiano Ronaldo. At that point, he'd gone from speeding down the wings to sticking them in the back of the net. By the end of the season, Ronaldo wasn't just celebrating his first Premier League title in 3 years for United, he'd bagged 17 league goals that season, more than double his tally from the previous one. He was more direct now. Instead of winding up fullbacks and trying to win unnecessary fouls, Ronaldo took the ball and was on a direct course to goal. 23 goals in all competitions that season, the most for United. He'd now emerged as the club's primary goal threat. Only that season was just half the job, and by 2007-08, Ronaldo had become a different animal. Now, I did say there were two main reasons that helped Ronaldo's transformation, and the second one is the work he put in behind the scenes, all thanks to a bizarre incident that started it. United was drawing against Portsmouth with 5 minutes to go when Ronaldo got sent off after a headbutt challenge, and this marked a new change for Ronaldo. How? The straight red card meant he was out for 3 matches, and with that much time on his hands, Manchester United's assistant coach, René Meulensteen, came up with a plan. Even though Ronaldo's finishing had improved, Meulensteen knew it could be better, so he drafted a finishing course to have Ronaldo bulk up on everything he needed to shoot scoring goals. Volleys, shots, first-time balls, picking angles, top bins, all of that stuff. They worked on it in training to improve Ronaldo's finishing, and by the time Ronaldo was back, he was on another level. 42 goals in all competitions that season, and this doesn't tell the full story. Ronaldo hit 31 in the Premier League, setting a record at the time for the most goals scored in any single Premier League season. He finished as the Champions League's top scorer with 8 in the competition as well, including scoring in the final. Ronaldo had now evolved from hugging the touching to playing as an inside forward looking to get on the end of crosses in the box. The year ended with his goal-scoring exploits winning him the Ballon d'Or, and just when it seemed like he couldn't get any better, he did. The move to Real Madrid changed Ronaldo. At United, he most times interchanged the role between playing on the left flank and the right flank frequently. But at Madrid, they bought him for a reason, a goal-scoring perspective. His job was to add goals and assists to the attack. As a result, Ronaldo came into the team and became primarily a left winger, cutting inside to his strong foot. The numbers were ridiculous. In his first 5 seasons at the Bernabeu, Ronaldo scored 252 goals in 246 games. More goals than games played. This evolution in terms of goals came with a sacrifice too. Ronaldo's dribbling per match numbers and general involvement in play significantly reduced. In his first season at Madrid, he was averaging 3.1 dribblers per 90. By the time he'd gotten to his 5th season at the club, the figure was down to 1.5. On a close deep dive, Ronaldo's completed dribbles per game were going down every season. In his first one in 2009-10, he'd completed 91 dribbles that season, and by 2010-11, the number was down to 75. The following season, 73. The seasons after that were at 56, 67, and 54. This only indicated the fact that as his dribbling numbers reduced, his goal-scoring contributions increased. He was averaging 6.4 shots in his first season at the club. By his 5th season, the average was up to 8.2. Ronaldo had turned into a goal-scoring machine, and he was delivering in the big games too. During his early years at Madrid, 2 seasons come to mind, the 2013-14 season and the 2014-15 season. In the first, most especially in the Champions League, Ronaldo was on a completely different level. He scored in every match from the opening game right up to the quarter-final second leg, and after scoring in the final versus Atletico Madrid, Ronaldo set the record for the most goals scored in a single Champions League season, with 17. Incredible! In the 2014-15 season, Ronaldo hit another high. His stats in the league were incredible. That image says a lot. 48 goals and 17 assists in 35 matches. 8 hat-tricks that season. Needed a goal. Ronaldo was 1 cross away. The same way if you need the best football content on YouTube. All you've got to do is hit that subscribe button to Mr. Football for the best content. Ronaldo spent 9 years at Madrid, and all of these seasons were full of goals and trophies. He finished with an official tally of 450 goals in 438 matches, passed the 50 goal mark 4 out of 9 times for Madrid, and never went lower than 40 goals in 8 out of the 9 seasons he spent at the club. These numbers are incredible looking at it now. At Real Madrid, Ronaldo was a machine. Thinking about his goals record alone is a headache. Ronaldo became the first player to 40 La Liga goals in the 2010-11 season. By the next season, he was a part of Real Madrid's team that broke the record for the most points in a single campaign. But ultimately he wanted a new challenge, and at 33, when he moved to Juventus and became the club's record signing, a lot of people doubted his ability to continue banging the goals, especially at 33. But it's almost as if Ronaldo lives for these moments. And once he got that first one in for Juventus, the goals just kept on coming. 81 goals in 98 league appearances for Juventus, 101 goals and 22 assists in all competitions, including a Serie A Golden Boot Award in 2021. With 29 league goals, he won the award aged 35, becoming the first player to win the Golden Boot Awards in England, Spain, and Italy. Ronaldo's ability to continue scoring goals became as big as his need to keep proving himself on the biggest stages. And so, in the summer of 2021, Ronaldo was back home. He'd come full circle. His return to Manchester United showed just how much he'd transformed. He wasn't that right winger Sir Alex wanted delivering crosses to Ruud van Nistelrooy any longer. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ronaldo was the main man down the middle, the goal threat. He was now occupying a central role and played primarily as a number 9. The positional shift came naturally too. He'd somehow gotten better aerially as the years went by and could turn half a chance into a goal. It was now a question of him getting adequate service and turning the chances into goals. Unfortunately though, the move to United didn't quite work out. Despite scoring a brace on his debut, Ronaldo only managed 24 goals in all competitions for United, his lowest career tally since the 2006-07 season. And by the following campaign, midway through it, he was gone. It's easy to dismiss Ronaldo's second coming to United as a failure, but even at that, his goal-scoring record was still decent. He left the club at 36, played 54 games in his second season, and scored 27 goals, an average of a goal every 2 games. It was also at United Ronaldo scored his 800th career goal and got to 100 Premier League goals. After that interview with Piers Morgan where he called out the Manchester United management and the staff at the club, Ronaldo was gone, and his next destination was the Saudi Pro League to join Al Nassr. If the critics were out when he joined United a second time, they were in full flow at his Saudi Pro League unveiling. Even more people thought he was finished and only joined the league for the money. But for Al Nassr so far, Ronaldo has been prolific. Ronaldo has 67 goals in 73 games for Al Nassr. In the previous season, his 35 goals in the league set the record for the most goals in a single Saudi Pro League season. He's got 51 Saudi Pro League goals and counting. Son Al Nassr its first Arab Club Champions Cup in 2023 with a brace. Evidence to show that Ronaldo still got it. I've gone through all 5 clubs Ronaldo has played for in his career, and what's missing now is perhaps his biggest achievement. On the international scene, Ronaldo is the legend. Playing for Portugal, Ronaldo has shattered goal-scoring records and records in general along the way. It takes a very select few to hit 100 goals in international football. Ronaldo's got 130 for Portugal, and his 212 national team caps also make him the most capped player in history. Ronaldo's achievements with Portugal are insane. His goals haven't just been in dead rubber international friendlies, he scored in the big games too. At Euro 2016, when Ronaldo and Portugal finally conquered the continent and won the country's first major trophy, Ronaldo finished as Portugal's top scorer with 4 goals. Looking at the Euro competition as a whole, Ronaldo has made his mark too. His total tally of 14 goals makes him the player with the most goals in the competition. After assisting Bruno Fernandes in the same competition a few months back, he also set the record for the most assists with 7. On the grandest stage of all, the World Cup that is, Ronaldo holds the record for the most goals scored in different World Cup campaigns with 5. Some players don't even make it to 5 World Cups. Ronaldo's got goals in 5 different editions. To say Ronaldo is a goal scorer doesn't even cut it. He's a machine, and how he's gotten to that stage is always impressive considering how he started. As a winger who evolved into one of the deadliest goal scorers in the history of the game, and if we're going by facts and stats, the deadliest. He's currently on 899 goals, one shy of 900. The player with the most active goals in football history. The the player with the most officially documented goals in history. I mean, Pele says he's got over 1,200, but who's counting? He's got nothing left to prove. The records are there to show for it. 1 goal off 900 career goals, over 27 career trophies, and possibly more at the end of the season. If he chooses to retire soon, Ronaldo knows his career will go down as arguably the greatest in the history of the game. But he's not slowing down soon, and that's because of the target he's got in sight. See guys, Ronaldo has plans of making it to 1,000 career goals, and he wants it to be official. This should have been Pele's feat, but the problem with this is the bulk of Pele's goals came at a time when stats weren't being accurately recorded as they are now. There's still a lot of debate as to how many goals Pele scored in official matches, but with Ronaldo, he's making sure everything is getting recorded. He doesn't want anyone disputing the claim when he makes it to that number. Proof to show he's definitely thinking about it and wants to reach there. Time will tell if Ronaldo's got another 100 goals in him. Professionally though, you can't bet against him playing across multiple seasons more. His dedication to the game is unmatched. The stuff he eats, the diet he takes, the way he sleeps and trains. All of that combined makes him a complete professional athlete. And according to the man himself, if he can maintain his body and get his body to treat him right the way he's been treating it, there's no reason why he can't get to 1,000. All through his career, Ronaldo's never let the critics get to him. Developed that attitude that took him to the top. From his early days at Manchester to the heights of Real Madrid, Juventus and the Saudi Pro League, he's made sure to do the job of continuing the goals. Recently, he bagged a UEFA Champions League Achievement Award. This award celebrates him as the player with the most goals in the history of the previous Champions League format. 140 goals. The numbers once again don't lie. Ronaldo is out of this world. To break it down, a team is only capable of playing 12 matches in a single Champions League campaign, and this is only on the condition that they make it to the final of the competition. For a player to match Ronaldo's Champions League record, or at least break it, they'd have to score 14 goals or more in 10 Champions League campaigns. Let that sink in. Ronaldo's been at the top for so many years now, and as a result, he's divided opinions not just among fans, but also players in the game. Wonder what some of the world's best players really think about Cristiano Ronaldo? You can click the next video to find out. What football legends really think of Ronaldo.